Hari Om everyone, welcome to this class on the secret of Yagya. We'll start with chanting the Veda Sut and then we'll continue from there. I'll just share it onto the screen. ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्य अमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमाम् कर्णाभ्याम् भूरि विश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणो कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ मेधा देवी जुषमाणा न आगात् विश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्य माना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वदेम विदधे सुवीराः त्वया जुष्ट ऋषिर्भवति देवी त्वया ब्रह्मा गतश्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टस्थित्रं विन्दते वसुसानुजुषस्व द्रविणो न मेधे मेधां म इन्द्रो ददातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विनावुभावा दत्तां पुष्करस्सजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यन्मनः देवी मेधा सुप्रतीकाम् आमां मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगती जगम्या पूजस्वती पयसा पिन्वमाना सा मां मेधा सुप्रतीका जुषन्ताम् मयि मेधा मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो दधातु मयि मेधा मयि प्रजां मयि इन्द्रियं दधातु मयि मेधा मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो ददातु ॐ हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Hari Om, welcome to this class on the secret of Yagya. The reason we chanted Veda Sukt is because today we'll see in the Yagya also, there is a part of it that comes in the Yagya. So we'll just start with the initial chanting also, the prayer mantra. Om Gananam Tva Ganpatigam Havamahe. Sorry. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gananam Tva Ganpatigam Havamahe कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः. सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. So we are doing this series on the Yagya. The basic this series is the basics of Sanatana Dharma. So we were starting, we looked at initially what is Dharma. So understanding that what is our duty in this world, and that duty is then defined by the Shastras as what is allocated to everyone The first level of duty is what is our true nature, understanding our true nature. And then the next level of duty is our duty in the Samaj. So for that we saw in the next class about the Varn Vyavastha, the social system. So in simple words, Varn Vyavastha is something that is universal. It is not something that is unique to just Sanatana Dharma. It is there everywhere in the world. It is not something that can be changed or removed. In one simple short sentence, Varn Vyavastha is the right person for the right job. Okay. So to identify what is the right person and what is the kind of intellect, what is the kind of mental inclination for that person, and then assign the job to that. And so accordingly, we have divided every people in society on the basis of the gunas, the properties, and therefore according to gunas, they are given their jobs in society. Because the second aspect of Varna Vyavastha is that we should focus on our duties and not worry about our rights. Rights will come automatically. So it is our duty to uphold society, to take the society forward, to make it progress. And therefore, we all have to do our roles. In spirituality, we don't have to be too serious about anything. We have to enjoy this journey in earth. So our first vision should be on my own soul, my own real nature. And beyond that, I am taking a role in society, which we can say we have to play it out, right? So like you should make your favorite state Karnataka. हमेशा नाटक be in that position where you always feel that you are making a play. Don't get too serious in life. Once you get too serious, your mind will take control, and your mind will not let you do the things in a very open way. You will always get bogged down by your preconceived notions. So therefore, be free in this world. So in that freedom, realize that your freedom of the soul is absolute. And in that, you can take up the role. So when the role that you take up is in the benefit of society, then for that, you take up the system, what is called Sadachar, which we saw in the next class. So how to do our best roles in society, how to behave well in society, what should be our daily routine, all that is defined by the different kinds of Shastras, right? All these kind of different Shastras. So therefore, we define our roles in society. Whatever be our Sadachar, whatever be the role, we should take it up and do it to the best of society. And therefore, when we take up those roles, we should always be proactive in producing the best efforts in society. So for producing the best effort, that is, we have to learn to give. And that giving is Yagya Bhav, to learn to give. And in that, there is the magic formula that the Shastras have given us, which we see every day in our life, that whatever we give to this world, whatever we give to society, whatever we give to the people around us, it increases manifold and comes to us. So what should we give? Whatever we like, whatever is good. Then only the good will come back to us. So don't get embroiled in too much conflict. Don't get embroiled in too much negativity. Choose the positives. That is the secret of our itihas also. Our itihas, Puran that we call, that is a secret. Our Puran is not just history. It is learning what you can get best from history. So don't go into them learning to analyze and finding negativities and all. What best I can learn? मेरे लिए क्या सबक है, क्या सीखने लायक है? So that is the secret of our Sadachar and applying it in our Yagya Bhav. So Yagya Bhav is basically, I learn to surrender. So when I surrender, that does not in any way mean something negative. It means taking up something bigger. Surrendering my notion of smallness and holding on to a higher notion. So in Yagya, I surrender the bhava, the feeling that I am a limited being, a jiva, functioning through this body only. I take up the role that I am the full consciousness, the highest consciousness. So when I surrender to that, I become that. मैं वही हो जाता हूँ. That is the secret of knowledge. In karma, in action, we gain whatever we are trying to gain through effort. But in knowledge, we become. When I get knowledge of my nature, I become that. I become the infinite Atma. Right? So that is the inner aspect of Yagya. We will go into that towards the end. But first we go into the outer aspect. So in the outer aspect, what it is that we learn to conduct this sacrifice according to the Shastra, so that we follow each procedure in the right manner, so that we get back the best benefit also. Not in a negative way, not in a selfish way, best benefit for everyone, for society as a whole. So we'll just quickly go to the Yagya. We are just taking up here a simple Agnihotra, where we don't have a sankalpa. Where a sankalpa is what? A kamya karma, where we add something of our desires. So that can always be added to this Yagya. That can always be added, and in that we can, in the start, when you are doing the Yagya, you just add the sankalpa that this is what I want out of this Yagya. So, Om Mama Pata, Samastu Durita Kshay Dwara, Sri Parmeshwar Prityatam, and so on. You narrate the day, time, place that you are doing the Yagya. For what purpose? I am doing this Yagya for digging a well, so that I get good water. I am doing this Yagya for Graha Pravesh, entering a new house, and so on. Whatever be the work that you are trying to do. But otherwise, the daily Agnihotra is something that we do every day. It can be done without any kind of kamna. It is a niskam karma. It is what we call nitya karma. Something that is our duty. So all our duties to nature, all the Pancha Mahayagya towards the beings, towards our pitars, towards our gurus, rishis, devas, all the Pancha Mahayagya, they all encapsulate this very feelings that I have certain duties, which if I do to the best of my ability, then nature will also be benevolent towards me. I will be moving with the flow of nature, and nature will always benefit me. Right? So in that we saw the first part. First we do the Pavitrikaran. Om Pavitrova Pavitrova Sarva Vaspam Gato Biva Yasmare Pundarikaksam Sa Bhaya Abhyantar Shuchi. We do the purification with the water. Then we do the Achmanam. We drink the water. I explained the three meanings here. Then Shikha Bandhanam, to ensure that my focus is totally in the job that I am doing. Then Pranayam. My breath is focused, so that when I go into this Yagya, my resources, my Prana Shakti is very, very focused. I am active, alert, and in the best mood for this Yagya. So Yagya is basically I am surrendering, I am offering something to the universe, and universe gives it back to me, manifold multiplied. And then Nyasaha, I seek the blessings of the God to give me good life, give me all my body parts will be endowed with the energy. So there is no room for any kind of laziness or weakness or inattention in the spiritual sadhana, in Yagya. You have to be very, very focused and alert, and that holds for every activity that we do in the world. सब कुछ पूरा मन से लगा के करो. Do everything with the full focus of your mind. Then only you will be able to get an effective result. This half-hearted efforts always lead to unfinished results, negative results, and so on. So our Yagya Bhava itself shows how everything has to be done with the right and proper focus. Then Prithvi Pujanam. This Prithvi, this Dharti Ma is upholding everything. Because of it, I am able to do everything. Without it, I will not be able to. It is holding me together. Tvamchadharya Mam Devi. It is the one that is upholding the whole universe. Then Kalasha Pujanam. This water that I am going to use for every part of this Yagya. In that I invoke all the gods. So many mantras are given. You can take one of them. Then Dev Pujanam. You worship the Devas, Gurus, and so on. And then we saw the Sarva Deva Namaskaram. We invite all the Devas. That includes all our Ishta Devta, Sthan Devta, Kul Devta, and so on. And starting from the Trinity, so Brahma, Vishnu, Vaish, all of them. Then the Shodash Upcharanam. So we have invited the Devas now. They have come to us, Yagya. Sarvebhyo Devyo Nama, Avayami, I invite you, Stapayami, please sit down. And then, like we invite a guest, we give this guest the whole what we call seva, what we call service. We give them a place to sit, we give them a cloth, we give them flowers, some good scent, something that will and raise their mood. And therefore we give them something to eat and so on. And thus we are now ready for the yagya. So now we do the invoking of auspiciousness. Swasti Vachanam. So there are 3 or 4 given here. You choose one of them. So you choose Om Gananam or Swastina Indro. Most commonly used is Swastina Indro Vriddha Shravaha. So with that, you invoke the devas that they be benevolent towards you. आपके भले में रत हो, आपका अच्छा करें, आपका ये कार्य सफलता से संपन्न हो. So, and you, in the end, of course, the threefold Shanti, Om Shanti, 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 Sarvarishta, Shanti Bhavatu. May all the obstacles be at peace, or may they not rise again. The 3 kind of obstacles: Adhyatmik, Adhibhautik, Adhidevi. Adhyatmik, the inner; Adhibhautik, the one related to the objects of the world; and Adhidevi, to the divine forces. All those obstacles that come in our way, may they all not disturb us. Because for every action that we do, we need a lot of blessings. Anything that we do. We are going to an interview, we miss the bus, interview is gone. So therefore, we have to have a lot of things that should be going our way before we can do that. And then the Raksha Vidhanam, because obstacles come to us from all directions. So we pray for the peaceful resolution of all directions. May all directions be beneficial. Then Agni Sthapanam, that divine fire, that divine consciousness within me, that Agni, may it burn bright, may it raise me higher, may it illumine within me the knowledge. And then Gayatri Stavanam, we bow to the Gayatri Devi. Gayatri is the main aim of this any yagya, because through Gayatri we awaken within us Gayaha, the Prakash, the light of knowledge. Atraha, here itself. Now, don't think that for moksha we'll have to wait for several janmas. You can do it right here now. So therefore, we invoke that knowledge. May it be available, because that knowledge, when it's available, it will make my life in the world also more efficient. When I work with knowledge, I am always at an advantage. If I don't have the knowledge of a particular process, then that process will not, the working of that process will never be successful. So my knowledge should always be in the best level possible. Then Agni Pratipanam, we do the Agni Pratipanam. So now we are going for the new part today. We have seen the Samidadhanam mantra. We have taken 4 samidhas. Each of them we have dipped in the ghritam, ghee, and then we have offered into the fire, signifying that ghritam, clarity in knowledge. Ghee is clarity in knowledge. Clarified butter. It represents clarity in knowledge. May my knowledge be crystal clear. May there be no doubt whatsoever. And with that I enter, and as I am offering the wood, the samidha, that represents I am ready to burn. I am ready to give up all my insistences, ready to give up all my vasanas, right? And jala prasechana, we do the sprinkle the water in all the directions. So the first ahutis we saw in the last class, Om Prajapate Swaha, Indra Swaha, all the devas and the lokas, Bhuva Swaha. So next we do the final Gayatri Upasana. So here we chant the Gayatri mantra with the final ending we change because we are doing an offering here. So Om Bhuva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nav Prachodaya, and then you say Swaha, then and again then you say Idam Gayatri Idam Namama. It's not written here Swaha. Please add it wherever you find. If you find this text or anywhere you can use it. So in this offering, what we are doing, we are offering annam. We are offering some kind of rice, jaw, and all that in the form of a mixture, which we commonly call this havan samagri, which is available there. So we take that samagri in a plate, and then we take a small offering with these 3 fingers, as I explained earlier also. The first finger the anamic is the one that is representing the ego. So that is not to come into the offering. So that remains separate. And then the smallest finger also, it represents the separation. So therefore, I will not use that. I will use the middle two and the thumb. So therefore now, I am taking the offering, I take it in my hand and I offer it downwards into the fire. So I chant Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. So all the three lokas, Bhu Bhuva Swaha, through that I may rise to that highest, to that Satchitanand Rup Loka, the realm of my own consciousness, the realm of my own consciousness. May I rise to that level. And there I visualize that consciousness as the endower of everything. Tat Savitu. Savitu is Surya Devta, the one, and that represents the Atma, the total consciousness through which everything is illumined, through which everything is known, through which everything functions. If Surya is not there, nothing will function. There will be no energy. All kinds of energy are dependent on Surya. It represents the total consciousness. Agni represents the individual consciousness, right? So, this offering we are going to do. So I have raised myself to above the Bhu represents the Bhuloka, represents the physical body. Bhuvaha represents the Prana Shakti, the inner life force. Swaha represents the mind. So beyond that I rise to the level of Satchitanand, to the level of my Atma, which is of the nature of existence. All existence comes from it. To the level of consciousness, everything is known because of it, to the level of bliss, ananda. All joy arises from it and all joy enters into it back. So that, Tat Savitu Varenium, I invoke, I worship, I call to the forefront, I call it to bless me, I call that knowledge always to remain in front of me. Bhargo Devasya Dhime, may it give me the highest kind of mental strength. And Bhargo Devasya Dhimai, may all the divine powers glow within my mind. Dhiyo Yarna Prachodayat, and may my mind be illuminated and enter into the highest. Prachodayat, may it reach the highest realm. And then I do the offering. Om Swaha. So when I do Swaha, Agni Devta opens his mouth.
This mantra.
Gayatri mantra. Okay, once more. Okay. So Idam Gayatri, Idam Namava. So I do. First, I raise my consciousness from the regular notion that I have that I am the body. So Om Bhu. Bhu represents Prithvi Tattva, the Bhulok, the solid world, the solid visible world. So that represents the gross body. ये स्थूल शरीर जो मेरा जिसको मैं मानता हूँ generally, what I call as myself, but it is actually mine. What is mine is not me. That is the rule. So ये मेरा instrument है. It is my instrument. So I raise my notion from the level of Bhu to Bhuvaha. Bhuvaha is the intermediate loka. So that represents the Vayu loka, the Pran Shakti, the breath power, the life force within me. So that life force is next going to take over because that is more subtler. And whatever is more subtler will control what is more gross. That is the rule again. So जो प्राण है वही आपके शरीर को कंट्रोल करेगा. प्राण गया तो शरीर नहीं है. So life force will control your body. And then Swaha, the life force is again controlled by the mind. As long as the mind is functioning, you are alive. Once the mind goes, you are also gone. Because the Sukshma Sharir, the mind, will go to the next body then. So Om Bhu Bhuva Swaha. Above them I rise to the highest. Now what is the highest? My Atma, my true nature. And that is of the nature of existence, consciousness, bliss. Sat, Chit, Anand. We have seen this in Tattva Bodh, Atma Bodh, all the other classes for those who attend. So I'm just repeating for those who are new or those who want to refresh. So I raise my notion of myself to that of Atma, to that of the soul. And that soul is represented by Savitu, Savita Devata, the Surya Devata, Surya Bhagwan. And that Surya Bhagwan, the one from whom all energy comes, from whom all life comes, Tat Savitu Vareniam. I worship it. I Varan is to marry someone, is to be connected to someone, to praise someone. So it represents in the sense I hold that as my ideal. So that is my ideal to reach the level where I am always established in my Atma Bhava, that I am the Atma and not this body. So Tat Savitu Varenium represents getting situated in that knowledge. And what will that knowledge do? Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Bharjan means also in one sense burns. So may it burn all my karmas. May it also, and it also represents the glow that comes to me. The glow that comes to me when I have knowledge. एक उसको ब्रह्म वर्चस कहते हैं. That तेज that comes to the mind of the those who do sadhana. You can see that glow on their face. So that Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, may all the divine forces give it to me and establish in my mind, Dhimahi. And may that Dhi that is now illuminated, Dhiyo Yo Nav Prachodayat, may it reach the highest state. May it always be situated there. May all my karmas always come from there. We saw this in the Pranayama mantra also. It was there in the Pranayama mantra also. So Idam Gayatre, Idam Namama. So therefore, I offer this to Gayatri Devi. Gayatri represents the knowledge. Gayaha. Gayaha means, Dva means light. Light means, Prakash means the consciousness, the illumined consciousness. So that represents the bhava that has to come out of this activity that I'm doing. So that is why you have the Gayatri Chanda wherever it is. It will always talk about knowledge. So Gayatri Chand mein hamesha. Ye bhi Gayatri Chand hai. This is also Gayatri Chand. So we have 3 parts, 8 syllables each. So Idam, Gayatre, Idam, Namama. So therefore, I do this offering to Gayatri Devi. Gayatri is only doing that. And Idam Namama, I am not doing it. Always remove the sense of ego as yourself as the doer. Always the Lord is the doer, the consciousness is the doer, the divine forces, they are the doer. And next we offer Srishtikrit Home. So once we do the full Homa, we have done all the offerings. Usually 108 offerings are suggested. Some people do 54, half of it. Some people do 12. Some people do 7 also. So it depends. You can take up according to your time and according to. But you should do the full process. If not, I have told you the smallest process. Just do 2 offerings. Om Prajapate Swaha Idam Namama. Om Suryaya Swaha Idam Namama. Or in the evening, you replace Suryaya with Agnaya. So that is also a sufficient Agnihotra Havanam. Only 2 offerings. Only 2 offerings. But you can do the full process also if you have the time. So it is recommended that you should always do the detailed process if you have daily time. Otherwise, you do it maybe once a week or once a month or at least once a year, if not possible. But once a month is something I would recommend, right? But daily you do the small Agnihotra mantra. So now you are offering something sweet you have offered. Na? So आपके पास कोई guest आया तो last में आप खाने के बाद आप मीठा तो दोगे ना? So you have to offer that sweetness. What does that sweetness represent? You see in the mantra. So you offer that with this mantra. Om Yadasya Karmano Tayari Richam Yadvyanyunam Ihakaram Agnishtata Srishtikrit Vidyat Sarvam Sushtam Sutam Karotu Me Agnaye Srishtikrite Suhute Sarva Prayashchitta Hutanam Kamanam Samadhayitre Sarvan Kaman Samadhaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Srishtikrite Idam Namama. So I offer this sweet to Agni, and I am doing it in this form of a karma. Yat asya karma. I am doing this action, this karma, this havan karma. So whatever, whenever we do a karma, कोई भी action करते हैं, then it will always be endowed with something less or more. It is never easy to make it perfect. कभी ना कभी कुछ कम बेस हो जाता है. No, we always say that. So tya ariricham yadva nyunam. So whatever I have done excess or whatever I have done less, ihakaram agnishtata. May Agni, you always take on to this karma and complete whatever I have not done. So मैं आपको ऑफर कर रहा हूं, I am offering to you, may you remove any of the deficiencies that have come through it. So because Srishtikrit, this Havanam, this process is done for purification, Srishtikrit, for doing purification. And who is the greatest purifier? Agni. So Agni, may you purify this offering. Srishtikrit karoti. Srishtikrit vidyat sarvam. You know the vidya. You know the process of purifying any impurity. So, vidyat sarvam srishtikrit. May you always purify everything that I have offered here. Shishtam suhatam kurotu me. So, whatever I have offered, may you purify that offering. Agnaye srishtikrite. May Agni do it. Suhute hute. May all these offerings burn in the right manner. May you take this offering to the right places. And then sarva prayaschitta ahuti nam, or whatever ahuti I have offered, I offer my prayaschit also. So whatever deficiency has arisen, for that any kind of punishment or any kind of extra activity, I am willing to take. So prayaschita hutanam kamanam samardayitre sarvan kaman samardayesva. So all the kamnas I offer into this Agni, and may all these offerings be in the best purified way, and may they offer me the best kind of results, right? So in this way, this offering that we are given is that of sweetness. So sweetness also represents Ananda, joy. So may this offering take me to joy. That is the Samashti Bhavartha. So when I offer this Srishtikrit, then through Srishtikrit, I want to say that, He Agni, whatever ahuti I have given, whatever offering that I have given, I want to give it in the sense that I am doing it with Samarpan Bhava to you. And so you take care of any kind of deficiency that have come in, and may you purify, Srishti karotu. And may this karma be full of shuddhi. May this be without any kind of ahankar, any kind of phalicha. So therefore I offer it to you in that sense. So Srishtikrit represents that Yagya Agni's purity and its right fruit. So then we take to the next one. So Srishtikrit, we offer sweetness to Agni to say that may you purify this activity and may all this function towards my advantage, towards the advantage of everyone who is undertaking this yagya. Then Purnahuti. So whatever samagri you have left over, that includes the dhavan samagri, the ghritam ghee, and you also take a symbolic something round like a supari or a nariyal. I will explain that. And then we offer into the fire. So the nariyal, it represents the head. The head has to be broken. That means the ego has to be broken. So that means when I offer the Purnahuti, I am offering up my ego. May this ego be destroyed and may I be opened to the highest nature. So therefore it represents, the nariyal ahuti represents that. And the opening releases what? Water. Water represents Sat. Sat represents that highest existence. So therefore may that be released. May that Sat be released. So that is why the nariyal is offered. So you say Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. There is a second mantra also given here. You use one of them. Don't use both. Purna Darvi Padaparapat Supurna Punarapat Vasrev Vikirna Vaha Isamurjam Shatkar Swaha Sarve Vai Purna Swaha. So when I say Sarve Vai Purnam Swaha, Sarve, everything you have to offer there. So therefore, when you do that, what is the sense here? We must have known or seen this mantra here, Purnamada. So that highest existence, that Brahman, that is full, that is complete, that does not need anything to complete itself. Because what does the number infinite, what does infinity need? Nothing. Anything you add to it or subtract to it from it, it will remain infinite. So same way, that Brahman, that highest reality is Purnam. And then from that, what has come out? Purnam idaham. So this world also is in itself Purnaha. At the essence of everything in the world is essence of what do we see in the world? Nam and Rup. So remove the Nama and Rupa. Again in the world also everything is Satchitanand Swarupa. Everything is in its essence, everything is infinite. So therefore, because it has come from the infinite, it will have the feature of the infinite. So therefore, everything in the world also is in a sense infinite. Just it is covered by name and form. The illusion of name and form. So therefore, Purnat Purna Mudachyate. From that Purna, whatever has come out, that is also Purnam. And then Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. From that Purnam, from that infinite Brahman, if I take out this Purnam, this Srishti, this world, if I take it out, that does not mean it will be reduced. Purnameva Avashishyate. Still that Purnam will remain. So when I offer everything, it means also that I get back everything. I get back everything. Nothing is going to leave me. That is the sense of Samarpan Bhav, that whenever we are giving up something, that will give us more joy. That will give us more back. Nothing is taken away from you. So don't hesitate in giving. कुछ दे दोगे तो महाराज नहीं चला जाएगा, फिर घूम फिर के आएगा ही. So therefore, you do that. And then the purification mantra, Vasodhara mantra, Om Vaso Pavitramasi, Shatadharam Vaso Pavitramasi, Sahasram Dharam, Devastva Savita Punatu, Vasoho Pavitren Shadadharen, Supva Kamadyuksha Swaha. So you again offer the final whatever is left over. If in case something you pour did not leave, so it did not get offered, you offer it again. So Om Vasoho, all the gods that uphold whatever resides in this world. Vas. So whatever resides in this world, may you purify it. Pavitram Asi. Shatadharam. The Lord flows in 1,000 streams through all of us. So all of those streams may be purified. Pavitram Asi Sahasram Dharam. So in this way, we offer our final offering. So whatever we have accumulated for the Yagya, we offer into the Yagya Agni as the symbol that whenever we give up everything, we still are always infinite. That Atma, that soul, that essence of mind will never decrease. So therefore, whatever belongs to the world, I offer back to the world, and the world will take care of itself. Right? And then you do a small arti. You take the diya that is there on the side of the Agni, which we use for lighting the fire. Right? First you light the diya, then you, from that Agni, you light the Bhavan Agni. So Om Yam Brahma Vedanta Vido Vadanti Paramam Pradhanam Purushas Tathanye Vishvodgate Karanam Ishwaram Va Tasmai Namo Vigna Vinashana. Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Vanuta Stunvanti Divyaha Spaveir Vedahi Sang Padakramo Upanishad Gayanti Yam Samadha Dhyana Vastitam Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Tham Yogino Yasantam Na Viduhu Surasur Ganaha Nivai Tasmai Namaha. So I'm not going too much into every word, but basically when I have completed this Yagya, I recognize the illuminating power of the universal Lord, that Brahman. From him only everything comes. So therefore, I offer my prostrations to him. Prostrations will come more later, but this is just that worshipping, Arti. So Yam Brahma Vedanta Vido Vadanti. That Brahma whom the knowers of Vedanta talk about, or those who worship, or those who praise. Paramam Pradhanam Purushas Tathanye. He is the supreme, he is the Purusha, he is the ruling power of everything. And Tatha Anye, who rules over everything in this universe. Vishvodgate Karanam Ishwaram Va. It goes through everything in the universe that you can imagine. Everything. In what form? Karanam Ishwaram Va. As the cause. वही सबका कारण है. It is the sole cause. Karanam Ishwara. Tamo Tasmai Namo Vigna Vinashaya. To that I bow. May he remove all my obstacles. Vigna Vinashaya. We call Ganapati as Vigna Vinashaya, because he is also the remover of obstacles. Because he is the holder of the ganas. Everything that can be counted belongs to Ganapati. Comes from Ganapati. So Yam Brahma, Varunendra, Marutah, Stuvanti Divya. I will offer my obeisances, my prayers, my surrender to Brahma, the creator, Varunaha, the upholder of the ocean of existence, the Sat, then Indraha, the one who provides Vivekaha, the knowledge of the highest soul. Rudraha, the one who removes all the negativities. Marutaha, that the upholder of Prana Shakti. Stuvanti Devi. I worship all these divine forces. So, Stavai Vedahi, that have been described or worshipped in the Vedas. Sangha Pada Pramopanishad Gayanti. But in the different proper methodologies. Sa Ang Pang. In the there are different steps in any activity. All these are described in the Vedas. So Ang Pang that represents. So in the Vedas, they have been Stuvaihi, they have been worshipped with the proper process. And Upanishada Gayanti, so the Upanishads have sung about it. And Yam Samagaha, Sam Veda has sung about it. So the Sam, we sing the divine glories. And where do we find that? Where do we find that highest glory? Dhyana Vastitam, in the state of Dhyanam. Tad Gaten Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogina. Towards that, the yoginas, the yogis go towards in the state of samadhi. And there they see through that mind. Manasa Pashyanti. Through their mind they see the highest state. Yasyantam na vidu surasur ganaha devaya tasmai nama. So, all the sura and asuras, all the devas, I bow down to them. May they always be benevolent towards me. So here we have completed the Yagya, and then we go to the final stages where we do the winding up. So Ghrita Avagran. So here you say Tanupa Agnesi Tanva me pahi, Ayurda Agnes Asya Yume Dehi, Vachorda Agne, Vacho me Dehi, Agnesya Tanva Ununtam Aprinaha. Then the one that we were chanting in the beginning, Medham me Deva Savita, the Medha Sukta, Medham me Deva Savita Adhadhatu, Medham me Devi Saraswati Adhadhatu, Medham me Ashvino Devam Vadatam Pushkaro Saja. So here, Ghrita Avagran is, we take theGhritam because that is representing the clarity of knowledge that I have attained through this sacrifice, through this Yagya. And I take it in my hands and then I apply it to my eyes, to my body and so on in different parts. So Tanupa Agnesi Tanva me, I apply it to my body, may it give me a lot of vigor, energy, power. And then Ayurda Agne Asya me, may it give me good, long life. Ayu. Ayu also we'll see next in all its aspects. Then Vachorda, may it give me Brahma Varchas, that brightness. Agnesi Varcho me Dehi, may it give me Varchas, that glow, that effulgence, that brightness, that efficiency that I apply to every activity of mine. Agne Anne Tanva Unnutam Aprina, may it through the annam that I've offered, through the grains that I've offered, give me Atmabal. Annam represents in the Vedic language Atmabalam. So in the Vedas, if you see wherever Annam is there, the secret meaning of that will be Atmabal. So Medham me Deva Savita Adhadhatu. Then I need Medha. Because knowledge can need something which needs that capacity which can hold that knowledge. So Medha represents the Dharan Shakti, the power to hold or retain that knowledge. That is Medha Shakti. The Medha Shakti is intelligence. Intelligence is not just knowing something in an efficient manner. It also represents retaining that knowledge when it is needed. And like Karna lost that at the crucial moment in battle. So he had a loss of Medha Shakti. So that we always seek for. Medham me Dev Savita Adhadhatu. Who will give that Medha? Savita Dev only, the divine consciousness only. And then who is the expressor of that knowledge? Savita, Saraswati Devi. Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. So Medha me Saraswati Adhadhatu. May Saraswati Devi allow me to express that knowledge. May it give me the best expression of that knowledge. And then Medha me Ashvina Deva Vadatam Pushkarasraja. May the Ashwini Devtas also give me that knowledge and help me retain and express it. And then you do the Bhasma Dharanam. So you take the Bhasma, take a small part of the, or whatever has burnt, wood that has burnt out, and whatever the embers have gone, you take it in a smooth spoon, you mix some ghritam, some ghee with that, and then you apply it to the different parts. So, Lalat, Griva, the Bahu, and the Hridaya. So this is Traya Ayusham. So I was talking about the three Ayu. So here it will come. So Traya Ayusham Jamadagne Riti Lalate Kashyapasya Traya Ayusham Iti Grivayam. Then Yat Deveshu Traya Ayusham Iti Dakshina Bahu Mule Tanno Astu Traya Ayushmati Iti. So first we take that Bhasma. Bhasma is what? Bhasma represents whatever is left over. So when I burn the whole world, whatever is left is the essence of the creation. And what is the essence? That highest reality, Sat. So Jal also represents Sat in the sense that what will express as the world. And Bhasma also represents the existence as what is left over. So Sheshnag. So whatever is left over after you remove all the creation. So Vishnu resides on Sheshnag. So that represents, he rules over the essence. He lies down on the essence of everything. So Shesh represents whenever the Nam Roop, the names and form have been removed, only the essence remains. So therefore, the Bhasma represents the essence. So this I have done. So I am taking that essence and applying it to my body, so it may give me the right power. So Traya Ayusham Jamadagni Iti Lalate. So Jamadagni is a rishi, and he represents the one who has within him that fire of consciousness burns very bright. So therefore he is a very illumined person. He is the father of Parshurama. Right? Jamadagni. Right? So that story has also a lot of spiritual significances. Maybe someday we will take. We can do some stories from the Puranas and see that deep inner meaning also sometimes. So Traya Ayusham Jamadagni Iti Lalate. So I apply the first to my Lalat, to my forehead, because this is here where the knowledge will enter. The Yagya Chakra. So therefore I will apply that here. So may that Jamadagni, may I have a long life like Jamadagni, but what kind of long life? Traya Ayusham. So the Traya Ayusham represents in the Vedic sense, the first Ayu is what? Physical Ayu. May my physical life increase. Then the second Ayu is may my mental life, may my mental maturity, may my intelligence, may my buddhi increase. So that is the second Ayu that I seek for, Traya Ayusham. And what is the third Ayu? The third Ayu is the spiritual. May my spiritual life increase. May I always move towards the highest concept. And when I learn it, may I be fixed in that knowledge. सिर्फ जान लेने से नहीं हो जाता. Just knowing that I am Atma is not sufficient in itself. I should also retain that knowledge with me for all times. And my nature, my behavior, my activity should be always in accordance with that knowledge that I am Atma. I can't just say it literally and then go back to being the same old person that I was before I got the knowledge. Otherwise, the knowledge is useless. Then the same thing we repeat with the Kashyap. Kashyap Muni. Kashyap is the one who has removed all kinds of ignorance. Kashaya dosh is the darkness of ignorance. So he has removed it with apaha, with water, with knowledge, with sat. Or in another sense, apa represents apaharanam. So you remove that. Usko leke aapne hata diya. So Kashyap represents the one who has removed all the negativities within him. Kashaya means darkness, ignorance. So Kashaya dosha. So Kashyapasya Traya Ayusham Iti Grivayam. So next you apply to the Griva, to the throat. So that represents, this portion represents the removal of this ignorance, because this is the Vishuddhi Chakra. Right? Vishuddhi Chakra in the throat. So Vishuddhi represents purification. What is purification? Purification is removal of ignorance. Right? So that is the most impurity, all the impurity comes from ignorance. So that is represented by Griva here. The Griva you are flying here. So Kashyapasya, and may that Kashyap Muni also give me the Traya Ayusham. Then Yat Deveshu Traya Ayusham Dakshina Bahumule. So then all the devas I invoke, may they always give me strength in my arms. Arms represent the Dakshin is the right arm. So it represents the final doing power. काम तो भावों से करना है. So it represents that once that knowledge comes to me, may I also be able to use it to do actions with the maximum strength. So Om Tanno Astu Traya Ayusham Hridhi. Then finally apply to my heart. Because heart is the center of consciousness. चेतना यहीं से चारों ओर फैलती है. So this consciousness, Traya Ayusham, I establish in my Hriday. So these three Ayus I invoke for in my heart, because the heart is the source of everything. Right? And then we do the Shama Prathanam. So this one you have heard, maybe all of you. So Avahanam na janami, Nev janami pujanam, Visarjanam na janami, Shamasva Parmeshwara, Mantrahinam, Kriyahinam, Bhaktihinam Sureshwara, Yat Pujitam, Mayadeva, Paripurnam Tadastu me. Yad Akshara Padbhrashtam, Matrahinam, Chayad Bhavet. Somewhere this line is also different, so that you can change accordingly. Tat Sarvam Samyatam Deva Prasida Parmeshwara. Yasya Smritya Cha Namoktaya Tapo Yagya Kriyadishu Nyunam Sampurnatam Yati Sadyo Vande Tamachyutam Pramadat Kurvatam Karma Prachaveta Adhareshu Yat Swaranadeva Sad Vishnu Sampurna Syadit. So whatever I have done, this whole process, I am not fully conversant. I am not an expert. I may commit mistakes. So Avanam na janami, Nevaja. I don't know the process. I am not an expert. Visarjanam, I don't know how to do Visarjanam. So please forgive me, Parikshashwara. So whatever I have done, Mantrahinam, Kriyahinam, I have not done the mantras in the proper manner. I have not done the Kriya, the process of Yagya in the proper manner. Bhaktihinam, maybe my devotion was not sufficient. Sureshwara, O Lord of the Devas. Yat Pujitam Maya Deva. Whatever I have offered, it is with surrender bhav. So therefore take it, accept my flaws and forgive them. जो भी मेरे से गलती हुई है. And so Tatsarvam Samyatam Deva Prasida Parameshwara. So all this in this way, this verse dedicates that all these actions that have been done by the faults that have been done belong to the ego, and whatever good belongs to the Lord. That is the sense of. So Smaranad Eva Tad Vishnoho Sampurna Syaditi Shruti. So I do this process, Smaranat Eva Tad Vishnu, that highest Lord, the maintainer of the world. Sampurnam Syaditi Shruti. So may he take this activity to completeness. So therefore, then you do the Shashtang Namaskar. You bow down in front of the Agni. So you go down on your knees and you fold your hands and you bow down, put your head down in front of the Yagya Agni. Namo Stavanaya Sahasramurtaye Sahasrapad Dakshino Shiro Sahasrapad Akshi Shiro Uru Bahave Sahasra Namne Purushaye Shashvate Sahasra Koti Yug Dharine Namah. So I offer my obeisances, my prarthana, my prayer, my samarpanam to that Lord who takes up all the forms of the world. Sahasrabhavu, all the arms, all the hands, all the eyes, all the feet belong to the Lord. So all these powers, all these sense organs and the Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, they all move with his power only. So he expresses in 1,000 ways. That is why Sahasra. Sahasra represents infinite. It's not just 1,000. So it represents infinite. So it represents how the Lord is functioning through each and every part of the creation. And to that I offer my obeisances. There is a second mantra. This is from the Bhagavad Puran. So Vasudev Sutam, it's in the beginning. Vasudev Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanur Mardam. So this is about Krishna Bhagwan. So you can use this one also instead of that. Don't do all. Don't use all. Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. So that also you can use for this Sashtang Namaskar. But for the Vedic sense, in the Vedic sense, you do the Namostavam by Sahasramurtaye. So therefore you offer your blessing, your puja or samarpanam finally, or namaskaram to the Lord. Then Shubhakamna. Shubhakamna represents, it has everything has been completed very well. So may this wellness permeate further also, whatever is going to happen. So again, so many mantras are given. Take one. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahi mahisha go brahmanebhyo shubhamastu nityam lokaha samasto sukhina bhavantu. May all the lokas, all the universal beings and objects be endowed with sukha. We pray for the goodness of everything. Swasti prajabhya. May all the praja, all the people in this world be endowed with auspiciousness. Swasti means auspiciousness. Paripalayantam. May that Lord take care of everyone. Palna karte hain hamara. He raises us up. On what and what is the path we should take? Nyayena margena. The path of the right knowledge, the right logic, the right process. Mahim Mahisha Go Brahmanebhyo Shubhamastu. That highest Lord, the one who is who gives the knowledge to the Brahman who will finally do this karma. So therefore I born. Or you can chant Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya. Or the third one, Aputra Putrina Santu Putrina Santu Putrina Nirdhana Sadhana Santu Jivantu Shardam Satam. So all these are blessings. So that we have done a good activity. So may the blessings from that. Then Abhisinchanam. So Abhisinchanam is Abhishekam. You take the water that you with which you had invoked all the rivers. So through all the rivers you have taken the purity of all the rivers, and then you sprinkle on all the people around you. So you do the Abhisinchanam with the Shanti mantra. Om Jo Shanti Antarikshagam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Roshadhaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishve Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Shama Sama Shanti Redi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So the final peaceful invocation, may everything be at peace. The Antariksham, the Prithvi, the waters, the Aushadaya, the medicines, Vanaspataya, all the trees, everything should be at peace. There should be no disturbance in the universe. And then you do the Gayatri Aarti. So this Aarti is, I'm not explaining the meaning here. Basically, Samarpan to Gayatri Mata. And then finally, now you have finished this. So there is some water left in the Kalasham. So that you have to give to Surya Devta. So Purascharanam. So whatever Purascharanam you have done, the water is left over. You go to the sun and offer to that sun. Because from the sun we got it. Now we offer it back to the sun. Om Surya Deva. Sahasransho Tejo Rashi Jagatpate Anukampaye Mam Bhaktya Grihan Ardhyam Pragyam Divakaraha. So that Surya Deva from whom the thousands of beautiful lights emerge, the lights of individual brilliance. So from that universal consciousness, all the individual consciousnesses emerge. Anukampaye Mam Bhaktya. May you bless me with this bhakti. Grinardhyam Divakaram. And then you do the Pradakshina. Yani kani cha papani janmani kritani cha tani sarvani nashyantu pradakshinaye pade pade. Here instead of yani janmani kritani cha, here it is gyata gyat kritani cha. Means similar meaning. So whatever sins that I have done, gyat agyat or janmantar kritani cha, whatever sins I have done in my birth, knowingly or unknowingly, Kani Sarvani Nashyantu. May you destroy all those negativities as I do this Pradakshina. Pradakshina is representing me taking the circular route of around the fire. So that represents the circular nature of creation. Everything that is happening will go and come back to the same point. So therefore when I do the offering, I remove that Sansar Chakra and focus on the Kendra, on the center. On the center of everything. What is the center? The Brahman, the soul existence. And therefore, I bow down to that. And then finally, I cool down the fire. So I just take the water and pour some of it into the fire, Visarjanam. Gachastvam Bhagavatane Sarvasthane Kunde Madhyat Hutamādāya Devi Shigram Dehi Prasadame. Or there are two more verses here. Gacha Gacha Surashreshta Swasthane Parameshwara Yat Brahmadyo Devastatra Gachato Utashana और यांतु देवगणा सर्वे पूजा मादाय मामको इष्ट काम समृद्ध्यर्थम पुनः आगमनाय च. So I am completing this task. I am thanking the devtas. I am also asking them, may you come again whenever I ask you or whenever I request you, so that you come to bless me whenever I need you. So in short, the whole process of Yagya represents this whole system whereby we learn to live in sync with nature by offering, by giving to nature as much as we can, and the rest we leave to God, because it is assured by the Lord that whatever we offer, we will get back manifold. And so if people are aligned with us, we keep giving to people, we keep helping people, they will also be benevolently inclined towards us. They will always be there for us. So don't do it with the bhava that they will be there for us. Or do it with the bhava that I am strengthening the creation. I am doing good to creation. I am strengthening the creation. And if the creation is strengthened, I will also be able to enjoy the strength of that creation. So therefore, I will live in a healthy society. So it is my duty to create a healthy society. So in this way, I give to my creation without any kind of expectation. That is the surrender part. And then through that, I understand that this creation will function in the best way as long as I commit myself. That is the essence of all the previous processes also we understood from the Varna Vyavastha and from the Sadachar. Everything is dependent on that. Do your duty. अपने कर्तव्य को सर्वश्रेष्ठता से करते रहो. Do your duty to the best of your ability and don't worry about the rest. Everything. Karmanyevadhikarastha. Do your duty in the best way possible. Don't worry about the food. Bhagavan has said, he has assured. So rest assured. Don't worry too much. ये किया तो वो क्यों नहीं मिला, ये क्यों नहीं मिला. जो मिलना है मिल जाएगा. और कम मिले तो अच्छा है. If you get less, you can live with less. That means you have more tapas. You have more strength. You have more shakti. You have more power. You can stay with less. Right? So we'll wind up for today. We'll go into the inner meaning in the next class. Right now we have just understood the process. कैसे करना है. और उसके भी we have seen some inner meanings also. But overall, what the Yagya process is about, that we'll look at in the next class. So we'll wind up for today. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.